Three, two, one. All right. John here, and I'm back. And tonight, joined with...
Matt Thomas, the Rambo Manian from studioredband. Glad to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
And it feels great to be back. And tonight, just catching up with Matt Thomas a little bit and talk about a variety of topics. I know I haven't really been too active on the channel. And I'll get into that and what's been going on with Matt, and some other things here. But yeah, so what have you been up to?
Work, and more work, and soon even more work. My summer is gone. It's over. It's over here. No more summer for me. Hanging out, working on a Steven Seagal podcast for Last of the Action Heroes Podcast Network. If you get a chance, go check out Hard for Justice. Mike over there is really good. Really good. He just interviewed Stephen Tobolowsky. Fantastic. Hit him up.
What's the name of the podcast again?
Hard for Justice.
Hard for Justice.
The Steven Seagal podcast, yes.
Interesting. What is it, like covers movies?
Yeah, all the Seagal movies. We might even do Lawman and some missing scripts too, like Demolition Man and stuff like that.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in recent years, when you think about how quickly Seagal has gone downhill. I mean, you can say really in the past 20 years, the past 2 decades.
Well, it was interesting because I was never a big Seagal guy. So getting to go back and start from scratch, like start at the very first Seagal movie and work my way up, it's like I can appreciate those movies a lot, and I can appreciate that he works with like lower directors and stuff like that now. But yeah, we need old Seagal back for a bit, you know. We do.
Yeah, we do. I mean, even though you could say, I mean, the guy is damn near 70. I mean, how much of a? I don't think he's going to put in the effort, and I think he's way too old.
Probably just wants to be left alone now, you know.
But good luck getting to his direct-to-video stuff, especially when he makes 4, 5, 6 a year.
Damn. Well, a lot of that stuff is on Oculus, so I guess that's the payoff is I get to watch it on a really cool device, so it won't be as hard to navigate through.
But what's your? And I know you just said that you were a big Seagal guy, but what do you thought about him in recent years? Like, you know, in regards to things that have been said about him, this direct-to-video era.
Like I've heard a lot of things, but I haven't really seen anything like except for maybe like that Charlie Theron thing I saw, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, like he was just a guy like I'll always kind of give that respect to space too while going through his stuff. But now it's pretty interesting because I missed out on a lot of stuff. You know, at least the good ones. You know,
yeah, that golden era, which is, speaking of that, there's a very interesting book out there, the Seagology book by Vern. I got it somewhere, but it covers every movie he's done from Above the Law to I think Pistol Whipped. So I think the book came out in 2008. Since then, he's made plenty more of those direct-to-video movies.
Yeah, maybe in total I've seen maybe 6, 7 movies from his whole career, maybe, and like not whole movies, like little parts. You know, I think I've seen On Deadly Ground all the way through.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as you know, what's been going on my end, I mean, I've been sort of, like I mentioned before, I haven't really done too much on the channel lately. It's sort of like I'll be gone for a few days and come back, and whether it be, you know, 5 days or, you know, come back after 7 days, a week, whatever. Mm-hmm. I guess I've been sort of taking it easy a little bit, and, you know, we were just talking beforehand, you know, maybe it's because it's getting nicer outside and I'm trying to do more stuff, and trying to keep a little bit more active. And I mean, work is work, and I'm still working, but and I'm not like burned out or anything. But just kind of taking it easy a little bit. I know there's a couple of videos that I mentioned, like I was going to review this and that, and I'm still going to do something. Like I've even written down things that I'm going to do, that I want to do, but also just sort of taking it easy a little bit. And I'm still watching, trying to like catch up with other people's videos out there. So I try not to get too far, too behind on stuff.
That's what I'm dealing with that too right now, just trying to get caught up on everything. Like as soon as I think I'm caught up on something, it's gone. It's like 10 more videos are out. Then 20, then 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying.
So
I jump in where I can. I love it because I love when I get to watch you guys. It helps take the stress off my week. I feel better. I feel like like you're hanging with family.
Yeah, and that's why I feel about you guys, whether if it's you or Fabio and Rembrandt and Wildman,
Yeah,
and all those guys. I mean, you guys are friends, and like, so I apologize for people out there, for kind of the slacking in videos lately. Just kind of been taking it easy a little bit, but slowly coming back. But I've been watching, a lot of, videos out there that the people that I am sub to, and just trying to catch up and stuff.
yep. It's like I'm starting to understand that thing about older age when they say like when you're a kid the world is yours, but when you start getting older, like there's not enough time in the day anymore.
Yeah.
Like I try and try and try and try to get free time to do something, and it's like the more I try to get free time, the more I have no free time. It's like a struggle. The struggle is real, So I totally get that. Totally get that.
And I was going to say, like, especially what's been going on this week, because recently, and I talked to Matt about this, we're currently right now dealing with a leak in the house that we cannot find. So we think it's underground, and there's going to be work being done here the next day or two. And depending on what we hear, what we find out, I might be out of the house for a few days. If it gets, if it turns out to be a job.
They might go under your house.
Yeah, like they're going to have to.
Like around, like kind of like around your house, but like under.
Yeah, because if they can't isolate the problem, then that means probably tearing out the floor, and the house is all tile. So, I'm trying to like not think about that, like where I might be at my parents' house for a few days or something like that. But it's all being taken care of. The landlord has been good. So, but I'm not trying to make this whole discussion about that, but just sort of throwing that out there.
Well, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's a big thing you have to go through. So.
I mean, we're definitely going to talk about a lot of like movie related stuff tonight and dive into some movie news and what have you. But, it's sort of, that's why I'm glad to get up tonight and talk with Matt and just sort of get my mind off of that and some other stuff. And it's just great to be back overall. And, getting back to more videos, getting back to, and it makes it seem like again, I'm not sorry for being slacking, but, I'm back, so.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take off of doing videos until about November. I'll probably be back in November.
Why November? Oh, because of the Rocky IV?
Well, that too, but like it's also like the anniversary of when I started. So I basically took this year off. So next year I'll be back.
But since we've already mentioned it, apparently out there for people that don't know, the Rocky IV director's cut is slated for a November release.
Yeah,
Um,
that was depressing
oh, why do you say that?
because it was supposed to be last year.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
but I'm glad that he took his time. I know he ran out of studio time, so now it's set, right? But it is what it is. You can't with everything that's happened in the last year and a half. You can't blame him. I
So,
don't-
what's your expectations from this cut?
There's things I want to see, but I don't think they're gonna do them. I heard a rumor that they took out 10 minutes and put in 10 minutes. I don't know if that's true, but maybe. Maybe he sacrificed the robot to give us more Polly.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Like they were going to cut out the robot.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the robot, so I don't know why he felt that the need to be cut. I mean, I'm just,
I want one of those robots, man.
yeah,
I'm what the hell is that guy's name? Door something? Who made the robots? I'm I'm tempted to call him up and ask him. If you watch Modern Family, there's an episode where the second version of that robot is at the girls' university in her like MIT class.
hmm
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Seco
So,
too.
so will you be checking? I mean, I'm sure you'll be checking out the Rocky Four cut, director's cut.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
is there anything that maybe like you've heard about that? I mean, like I'm sure you kind of keep up a little bit.
Actually, lately I haven't been looking at any Stallone news. Believe it or not, because I knew I wanted to take a year off, and I knew like if I kept on going in with Stallone stuff, I was not going to take a year off. So I was like, fuck it, and I just kind of like stopped looking around. But Samaritan's coming apparently, and Hunter's coming apparently, and Rocky's coming. So and Creed 3.
Yeah, I heard about that. I forgot. I saw some like one of the actors' names that was thrown around. I think it was the Manta,
Mm-hmm.
an Aquaman movie. I haven't seen, but I think he's talked about being the opponent for Creed and Creed 3. Not that I really care, but
Yeah,
I forgot the actor's name. I know I've seen the article like
he's
his
pretty
name
good.
mentioned.
He's all right. He was okay.
Uh, but with the Rocky Four director's cut, we'll see what happens. I mean, you say that you feel that it's going to take out 10 minutes to be replaced by an
Like
additional 10.
I'm not going for the real things I want to see, because if I know I'm going to be disappointed, because I know there's no way they're going to put that stuff back in. But
Well, what stuff is that? I mean, for people who may not know.
the alternate opening, the lost Mickey Rocky origin scene. I started putting together a video where I like de-aged Rocky and de-aged Mickey, and I try to play the scene out as it is in the script, like Rocky meeting Mickey for the first time and all that shit. I'm working on something like that right now in my spare time, but there's that scene. There's a whole thing of him leaving. Like, there's a thing with Duke outside the gym after they have the third fight. There's like a whole big thing there. Adrian gets pregnant, but I don't think they're gonna put that in there. It made me wonder. Rocky 5, right? Rocky 5, she was pregnant in Rocky 5. The whole movie, she was pregnant. So, do you think that's why she was always wearing the nighting gowns, to make it look like she was more pregnant than what she really was?
I'm not sure. I have to rewatch Rocky Five again.
But I was thinking about that the other day, because like the script, she's pregnant. All the paperwork, she's pregnant. And what's weird about it is she was pregnant in Rocky 4.
Was she?
So, yeah, so she would have been pregnant in Rocky 4, and then, it feels like it took more than 9 months for all that stuff to happen. You know what I mean? To where she's still pregnant in the next one, and Rocky only finds out in the next one. Like, he only finds out after he's training Tommy.
Huh.
Yeah, but stuff like that, like they're gonna take that out. There's more robots gone. There's a lot of great robot stuff. Like like the scene where Apollo comes over, where Rocky's talking on the phone. It's like really early in the morning, right? So Apollo comes over and Polly's sitting outside. He's like, "What does that bum want?" At 7 in the morning. And then he looks at the robot and he goes, "Robot, beer!" And the fucking thing shoots a beer at him. Like shoots a beer out at him. Like, phew.
What do you think? What kind of scenes do you think will be added here with this cut? Or
I think it's gonna be more plays on things that were already in it.
but different angles?
Yeah, kind of like the Rocky 5 director's cut. How it goes full dark.
Yeah.
This one, it kind of feels like maybe they'll do something like that and make it more modern.
Do you think? Well, I thought maybe I heard. I don't. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Was it that he wanted to take out Vince Nicola's score?
No, he said he's leaving it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Was I also heard he's working on a Rocky TV show right now, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Man, so I mean that's kind of our thoughts on the Rocky Four. But for people out there, what are your thoughts on Rocky Four director's cut? Do you think it'll just what do you think will be different? Do you look forward to it? Do you not look forward to it?
There's a cool scene where they go to Las Vegas. Like in the movie that cuts to Vegas, it cuts right to Vegas. You know what I mean? But originally it was like two separate movies. Like they go to Vegas, and the first movie is everything that happens in Vegas up until the death, and the second one, So him and Apollo are training in Vegas, and they have beards and stuff like that.
Well, since we're still on that, let me ask, like, why do you think we never got, like, in regards to Rocky 2, 3, 4, and 5, like, for the Blu-rays, we never got any sort of features or, like, behind the scenes, information, interviews?
I think maybe because they knew what they had was so big that they wanted to hang on to that stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. Because there's so much taken out of that movie. Like, there's a whole Drago Ludmilla backstory, origin story. There's like, just tons. Like the flag. The flag at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's got the flag. There's a scene where like he goes to see the people who It's in the trailer, but it's not in the movie. Where he goes to talk to the boxing commission, and they tell him that he can't fight Drago, and he's walking out, and he turns around and he says like those are the rules, Rock. That's the law. And he's like, this is where the rules stop, and people start. And I'm like, wait a second here, that's fucking Cobra, because he says the same thing in the fucking Cobra script. I was like, what the fuck? And then he leaves, and he's tired, and Paulie drives him home, and he's sleeping. It's a nice flip to the scene like in Rocky 3 where, oh wait, it's not in there. It's true. There's a scene where like Rocky after he gets Paulie out of jail, he drives home and Paulie's asleep in the car, and he takes care of him and stuff, like he wraps him up and he's gonna carry him in the house, and Mickey comes out and he's like, I'll break your fucking head. It was out there, and he's like. It's like, you wanna help me carry him in? And he's like, he smells like a beer bottle someone threw up in. So it's a nice flip to that scene, and then they get to his house. They talk about the bricks, how he's good with bricks because he to keep all the media out of his property. He built a brick wall around his house, and every day he goes out there and he does more work. And this women's lib thing come up to him, and they're like harassing him in the car. They're like, we just want you to know that we're with you. And they give him the flag. They give him that American flag. And then at the end, Paulie's like, I've been saving this for a special occasion, and he rips out the American flag. I would love it if they fucking put that scene in.
Well, I guess we'll find out in 5 months.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we haven't heard anything about Samaritan, which is a film that he's already done.
Trailer, nothing.
It's in post production, right?
I don't know if I can get behind that one. I tried, man. I tried and tried. There's just too many things about that movie that I don't agree with, but like on all different levels. But also see it, also watch it.
But for people out there, Samaritan is a Stallone movie that he's done already with, and it's kind of, I haven't read the source material, but it's kind of like a take on Hancock, and
I believe they took the
guessing.
source material off the market for 10 years now. I might be wrong, but I've been trying to buy it for 10 years and I can't get my hands on it.
Did you see the video where he's lifting those weights?
Yeah, and the guy said it was fake. I don't
I
think that was fake.
I don't know who said that, but
Yeah, some guy said that it was fake. Like this bodybuilder guy said, those are plastic weights. There's no way he could do it like that. Hey, man, he's fucking Sylvester Stallone. He's been training that forearm, that wrist, for fucking 60 years. Fuck. For sure, he can lift up that fucking thing.
if people don't know, there's like a video out there of Stallone in the gym, and he's lifting up these just weights, 45 pounders, like one on each hand, and he's just kind of trying to like stand himself up and just lifting these suckers, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing in my life?
Well, he could do that dragonfly thing that Bruce Lee did, and apparently that's like super, super hard, right? Like all of your weight is on like an inch of your back, or like 2 inches of your back, some weird shit like that. Like not even your back, your neck, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think where he like puts his legs up in the air.
It's like, here we are admiring a 75-year-old Stallone that can still go, and I'm like,
Bionic.
but as far as like other stuff to mention, I mean, I guess Indiana Jones 5 is currently filming.
Indiana versus the masked people. He takes the people's fucking cell phones away from them with the whip on the set. He's like, shh.
Yeah, that's apparently what I saw, like some photos of, like, I guess fans were coming up to him and trying to get selfies, and they kind of, maybe he did a couple and he got tired after, doing a couple. But there's been some new pictures. What?
Having to be in that heat, in that suit, and that mask. Oh my god, it's gotta be horrible. I couldn't do that. No way. I wouldn't do it for the millions.
Yeah, and this is gonna have like tie-ins to The Last Crusade. There's already been pictures released of like Nazi elements.
Does he drink the water from the chalice and become young Indiana Jones again? And they have like CGI Chris Pratt.
I don't know. I hope not.
Deep fake Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones.
I would turn it off.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah, I heard something about like they're de-aging Ford in the film. Like there's a stuntman that was wearing a Harrison Ford mask or something like that. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, and there's pictures of Harrison Ford with Toby Jones. So Toby Jones is in the film.
Yeah. He always looked the same. Fuck.
Yeah. But
Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
You've seen Pyramid Head, right? You've seen a couple of his videos. Do you know who that Script Shadow guy is? Do you know if he has his own podcast, that Script Shadow guy?
I'm not sure.
That guy is fucking hilarious. Like I couldn't believe I was watching a couple the other day and I couldn't believe, like, I've heard him on there before, but I don't know, something about this time around, it was just the wit on that guy is insane. And I tried looking him up, but I couldn't find him. So if anybody knows if he has a show, please let me know, because fucking intriguing.
Well, now
I should just ask Pyramid Head.
yeah,
I
I've
should
heard.
just ask.
I'm sucked at Kieran Head. That's a really good channel, by the way. Kieran
Yeah,
Head, for people out there, go check out that channel.
yeah.
Really interesting videos. But what's your take on Indiana Jones 5? Is it needed?
I'll watch it, but I don't know. Like, I understand, like them wanting to do something new. That's all right. Maybe artistically, I wouldn't have done it, but I don't know. I'll give it a pass. He's willing to work, right?
Yeah, you got the director of Copland and Logan.
Could be good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I've loved all the first four Indiana Jones films. I hope that Harrison Ford is pushing 80. I mean, so I started to wonder the other day if this is going to be his last movie.
Could be. Like, I thought he was down and out after Expendables 3.
He was one of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah, he was. And he even got in a fight at the end.
Yeah, I'm like Harrison Ford dropping the F-bomb in front of Sly, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, he was one of the good points of the third movie. And what are you doing? My brother is probably. Um,
He's coming to hang out.
yeah,
He's coming to join in.
but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what
Like,
happens.
artistically, I would say, like, I wouldn't do it just because I still think it's too soon. I still think it's too soon for movies to get back up and running. So, I wouldn't do it, personally. Like, especially being his age, even if he is vaccinated. It's still a gamble, Harrison. Still a gamble.
Well, the guy can survive plane crashes and his legs being smashed on The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford's invincible.
Like, I know it's not about ego, it's about the work, right? But still, it's like, I don't know if I'd take that. I don't know if I'd take that chance, me personally.
Yeah, as much as I really like Indy 4. I know a lot of people don't.
Mhm.
Even then, he was mid-60s. So
I
now,
like.
who would have thought? I mean, I know they've been talking about making Indy 5, but I didn't think it's one of those things that you didn't think they were actually going to do it.
Yeah,
Now,
kind of like Indy 4. Kind of like Indy 4 was like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's coming. And then it comes out, and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, okay, we already see these location sets of like a castle and this Nazi train and Harrison Ford, and I'm like, okay. So
You know what
that's
they
why. A what?
They need a team of filmmakers to go around and film fake stuff like that so that they can film the real stuff without stuff getting leaked.
Yeah.
I'm willing to apply my services for that job. We'll start a crew.
I mean, it's still kind of like under wraps as far as like information. It's kind of like the Spider-Man thing. They're trying to keep that under wraps.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Sopranos news, and fuck, there's like nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
there's not even a word on that. Where's the trailer?
Yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna pull it again. It's supposed to be the fall, and it was done in 2018. I think it's 2018 or 2019.
Yeah, they've been done with that.
Yeah.
But we'll see with Indiana Jones 5. I mean, I'm not saying I look forward to it, but I just hope it doesn't suck. No one Disney.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Donnie Yen joins John Wick 4. I know I mentioned that in a small video, but also I read that I just learned tonight Bill Skarsgård is in John Wick 4. Yeah, the guy that played Pennywise in the It remake.
Really?
Let's see if I can find it again, but apparently he's going to be in it. John Wick 4.
He's gonna rip Georgie's arm off in this one.
Or he's in talks. It says right here he's in talks for the
He's
sequel.
gonna rip off Donnie Yen's arm.
I hope they don't put him in there. Like, are you really going to put him up against John Wick?
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're filming that. I wonder if they're gonna film it here again because they filmed the last one here.
Okay, well, Lawrence Fishburne's back in it as the Bowery King, so
Nice. Yeah, this one I
um,
have a feeling this one's gonna be like an uprising. You know, like an uprising. I hope they talk about that prequel stuff, like with Calamity Jane and all that shit. I hope they do that. Like, talk about some of that a bit because that could have been a really good movie, and they didn't do it.
well, it says I don't know where they're filming right now. Someone will mention it down below, but apparently they're doing 4 and 5 back to back.
That's a good way to go, actually. That's like that feels like that feels like Led Zeppelin physical graffiti. You know what I mean? Like that feels like a good move, like
And
a
then
really
5.
powerful move.
Yeah, I thought that this last one was going to be like, okay, this is going to be the culmination. This is going to be the end of, it's going to be 3 movies. But the way it ended, I'm like, okay, we're going to get another one. I just hope that they can continue.
I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing more of that because of the whole COVID dilemma. I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing more directors being like, sign a franchise from the beginning, do all 3 films in one shot. You know what I mean? Which is something like I know like a lot of us have been talking about for years. How, like they should be doing that. They should be doing that anyway. I think that could be a really interesting move because it would save the studios money, maybe dig them out of debt a little bit, save some of those movie houses, and at the same time, give us what we want.
And from what I understand too, like I heard, like there was all these ideas for the 3rd John Wick movie that they didn't put in because they want to save for a 4th movie.
Yeah, then people don't have to wait for so long. I mean,
so yeah, what are we going to get for 4? And I just hope that they can still deliver the goods.
they should do this one like 4 and 5, and then wait a couple of years and do like 6, 7, 8 in one shot.
Yeah, if Keanu, I mean, then you really have to do them back to back because
Yeah,
as much as I love Keanu, for how much the guy's up there a little bit, but he's not old.
yeah, he gets
But Donnie Yen being in there is cool. I would love to see like Van Damme in there, Jeff Speakman.
Oh yeah.
Is there a name that you think would be a perfect fit for
Those 2 definitely. Maybe some Gary Daniels. Maybe some Scott Adkins.
Scott? Was Scott Atkins one? No, he wasn't. Okay.
I found this Scott Adkins movie the other day I had no idea existed, and I was like, okay, I put it on my queue for my Oculus, and it looks like $1,000,000. Like, it's like you can definitely tell that the movie is low budget and there's no budget, and like everything's made by hand, right? I think it's called Max Cloud. It's like a video game movie.
Yeah.
But when you're watching it in VR, holy fuck. It's an insane movie. Like I was like, okay. I gotta make a good 2 or 3 hours aside just one night just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think I saw it. I've seen like the poster around, but I haven't seen like any footage or trailer footage.
It looks really like something we could film, you know?
Yeah.
Like we have the technology to make that movie. Honestly. But
Yeah. I really enjoy Scott Atkins. I haven't seen too many of his stuff.
They should have gave him Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have been perfect for that.
I like him.
But yeah, Scott Atkins would be nice for John Wick. Chai Fat. Surprised like his name has been thrown around. Like make it
like Polo Young.
Yeah, Bolo Young. Ali Young.
Yeah.
Just have him like a henchman appearance or something. Trying to think who else. I mean, but Chai and Fat, like especially with these movies, I'm surprised they haven't like made a sort of a nod to John Woo.
It'd
Like,
be cool, like to get John Woo in there.
yeah, or maybe like have John Woo co-direct or be a consultant or something.
Get those doves going. Fuck.
Yeah,
Throw in some Prince. Yeah,
Lance Henriksen or something.
just breaking people's fucking arms.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
John Wick is so good. John Wick is so good. It just makes me want Cobra even more because the original Cobra had the same synopsis. You know, they kill Cobra's dog and then Cobra goes fucking crazy and kills everybody. Like he kills everybody. He even kills Monty. He's like, fuck it. He's like, hey Monty. Monty turns around, boom, and he shoots him in the face and like the bullet. It's like, you know, the beginning of the movie when the bullet comes out the screen. It's like that. Fade to black.
That would have been a great team up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens though with John Wick 4. I mean, there isn't too much that I wrote down here as far as like movie news. But apparently Kingpin 2 is being worked on by the Farrelly brothers.
I still haven't seen Kingpin 1.
Kingpin's a fun comedy. I don't know. To me,
Is
it's
that
just wait.
Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid, Bill Murray.
I like Randy Quaid. I don't think he's that crazy. People think he's crazy. I don't think he's crazy. I think he was just wrongly conditioned into so much stress to the point where he just snapped. I don't think he's crazy though.
I think he's. I want to say he's living in Canada, but I could be wrong about that.
He was here. He was downtown. That's where they. And then he tried to go across our border here, and they caught him. But he was staying like near my old work.
They busted cousin Eddie going across the
Yeah.
border.
I'm back.
Yeah. But to me, it's way too late for a sequel. I mean, Fairley's Demo number 2. Hello, that sucked. I mean, even if they did it, they would probably bring back Woody Harrelson, but they would leave out Randy Quaid and just introduce a new character. And I'm like, maybe they'll get Bill Murray in there, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's needed.
Where he was like, was he yelling at Rush Limbaugh or Rupert Murdoch or something? Where he's like, "You fucked me, now I'm gonna fuck you," and he like put the Rupert Murdoch mask on his wife and banged his wife in front of the camera.
Who are we talking about?
Quaid with that big beard he had,
Okay.
that big fucking Noah beard with a fucking owl sitting in it.
Okay, I've seen Randy Quaid with that big beard.
Fucking blue owl in his beard. Fuck.
I like Randy Quaid as an actor. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. He's deemed controversial now.
I'd still party with that guy though. I'd still be like, "Fuck, man, let's go for a beer. Tell me everything, everything you know. Let's go."
It'd be interesting to talk to.
I'll make you a documentary. Randy, if you're out there, I'll work for free just for the experience. Hit me up.
And we'll change your shitters for you.
Yep.
Like cousin Eddie.
We'll get you one of those gold ones from Trump Towers that the looters stole.
Rob Zombie directing his the Monsters movie reboot. You may have heard about this.
Yeah.
That's his next project is the Monsters.
They better not get Sherry Moon to play fucking Yvonne DiCarlo, because that would just be a disgrace. Like, I love Sherry Moon, I love Rob Zombie, I defend Rob Zombie all the time. And not only do I love Rob Zombie, but I've been waiting to do reviews of Rob Zombie films that never came out. And I got some pretty fucking crazy ones that were, like, really good. Like, The Nail, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and my personal favorite, Rob Zombie's Bigfoot with Sid Haig. But I can't. Yvonne DiCarlo, like, there's a space in my heart for her, you know, like, not necessarily Munster wise, but like Calamity Jane and a lot of other stuff that she did. You know, so I was like always a really big fan of hers. So I can't see Sherry. You know, like I can't see her. Maybe Sherry could play the. You know, they had that blonde cousin or something.
Yeah. Uh,
She could play her.
why is that character's name I cannot think of, and yet I
Yeah,
love the monsters.
yeah, yeah. Same here. But
Marilyn? Yeah.
yeah. You know, I would take fucking Cher. Cher as Miss Munster. Oh, Cher.
This is one of these things that I love the show, and to me, Rob Zombie, where I like his music,
Yeah.
I do not want to see this.
Who do you think is gonna be Herman?
That's a good question.
They should have got Tom Noonan.
Well, like the Monster Squad?
Or
Yeah.
he would have been good.
It might be a Rob Zombie regular.
Yeah, because you need someone who's big, right?
William Forsythe, I don't know.
Yeah, like William Forsythe or like Lundgren or Schwarzenegger or something, like someone like really up there.
I mean, are they going to go the route of Halloween remake where little Eddie is going to kill people and kill animals and tie down Herman to the chair and with duct tape and they're going to be like trailer trash, and to me that's just not appealing. It's not.
Yeah.
I
Like I hear stories about like when he came to Hollywood and he was shooting, I forget what he was shooting. I think it was House of a Thousand Corpses on one of the lots. And they had the Munster house out there. And he was always enamored with that. Like he was always like thinking about that house. And it's weird that now, after all these years later, when you keep on hearing that story, that he's doing the movie. So, you know, he'll probably use the same house if it's still around. I think they moved the house. I think they took it off the lot and they moved it or something.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my hat right here.
I love that hat.
Thank you. I want to get a green one because it would go in my eyes, but no green.
It's kind of like the Addams Family thing, which they did like a movie for Netflix, right? Didn't Tim Burton direct that?
Yeah, they're doing a Wednesday movie.
Didn't Tim Burton direct that new?
Oh, the animated one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I didn't watch it though.
I'm just looking real quick. No, he didn't. But it's kind of like, it's one thing, as much as I would not still look forward to it like Tim Burton directed it. I'm like, okay, it's in his realm, but I don't look forward to it. This is, however, directed by Rob Zombie, which I hate the Halloween remake. And it's for the mentions, like the reasons that I mentioned where, okay, are you going to really make this, the monsters, trashy? They're going to say the F-bomb every 5 seconds.
It's weird. It's weird. I have his Crow. I started reading his Crow, right? And I was like, trying to get through it. But I couldn't. It's like that fucking script is written in like a futuristic tone or something because like I couldn't get the characters. Like I was trying to get the characterization. Usually I'm pretty good with that, and I couldn't get it. And I was always wondering like, it's got to be me. It's got to be me. Like it's got to be something. Like I'm just not reading it right. And then I saw a Pyramid Head video where they said it was impossible. They were like, oh my god! So I was like, oh my god, thank God, I'm not alone. You know, but yeah, because Crow Bounty Hunter. How can that be bad, right?
Yeah.
But it was bad.
So you're just kind of, about the whole monsters thing, you're just kind of indifferent?
Yeah, like I'm on that line of like maybe yes, maybe no. Like I'm right there. Because like I like his work and I like his art. I like his music. I like a lot of things about him, but there's just it's like one of those it's always 50-50. It's hit or miss if I'm gonna get it, like if I'm gonna catch on to it or not. Like House of a Thousand Corpses, I loved it, but Devil's Rejects, I couldn't get into it for like years and years and years and years until just recently. I saw it and I was like, hey, wow, that's a pretty good movie. And like I got the new one too. My friend gave me a copy of it. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm waiting for the right time to watch it. But it's just like one of those, like that one with the clowns, 31 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I watched a bit of that in the Oculus movie theater. Like I caught it right at the end. Like I walked in like right near the end, so I didn't want to spoil it for myself. But it's just like some of them I can really get into, and some of them I can't, and some of them it takes me a long time. But his comic books are fucking amazing.
And I just thought of something too, like with the monsters here, this is like a show that was family friendly. Like, this is not a Michael Myers where before the remake you had all these movies, he's the shape.
Do you think he's going to go full horror with it, or do you think he's going to try and do it like a PG-13?
I think it's going to be both, and I think it's going to be so far down that trash hole. If people look forward to it, that's fine, but
like the thing is, like, they don't need to remake that. The originals were so good that why try? But I could understand the love of it, like the love of wanting to do it. But if it was me, I wouldn't do it.
no, they tried like years ago. They tried to reboot it for a series, Mockingbird Lane, I think it was called. Now, how long that lasted?
I didn't even know that. I heard that name, but I didn't even make that tie.
I just thought about it. I'm like, yeah, they tried that. Anyway, Fred Gwynn is probably spinning in his grave.
Oh,
But anyway,
he was on that. Yeah, the guy from Gremlins 2 there.
which one?
He was in there. He was the guy who does the late night horror hosting.
Robert Prosky.
Yeah. What was he on?
Yeah, he was dressed up as Grandpa Monster in Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
He was also in The Great Outdoor. Yeah, Last Action Hero.
The Revenge of the Octopus People. Tonight.
But I guess I mentioned one more thing here, and we can get but we were talking about beforehand the Super Mario Brothers extended cut.
Yeah, I just picked that up. Groovy. I know you were saying you didn't watch it yet. I would love to review that with you.
I'm down for that. I mean, like, I haven't seen it yet, but for people out there that don't know, the directors of Super Mario Brothers, they've released an extended cut of the film. And I think it's like 20 minutes longer.
Mm.
Is that right?
Yeah, I watched like a little bit of it, and I really, really enjoyed that it's not one of those classic examples of rekcuts where they give you like, okay, we're going to give you 20 minutes, but it's like 2 5-minute scenes or 4 5-minute scenes, This one is actually like peppered. Like every cut is peppered and recut. It's hard to explain, but it's like 30 seconds here, 20 seconds there, 10 seconds. So it feels like you get a lot more. It feels like you really get a lot more.
And for what you've seen, what can you say about it?
I liked it. It made it more. I find it made it you feel more like you knew the characters better, like you were more invested in the characters, and you get a little more of like Luigi's conspiracy theories. You get a little more of the Scapellis and like how tough it is for them to do what they do, and a little more Koopa, a little more of Daisy's mom. Daisy's mom. Is it Daisy?
Daisy in the film.
Yeah, Daisy's mom, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think Like I was really surprised. Like I really didn't think I was gonna. I felt like it was kind of gonna be like the cliffhanger thing, where it was like something I wanted to see so bad, but was so hard to. Not watching the movie was hard, but watching the 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 way the movie was presented was hard.
Yeah.
But no, it's great, and I would say even some of the new footage is actually looks better than the old footage.
I'm about to. We'll have to give like I have to give it a watch still. I mean, it's funny because like it kind of came out like it just kind of like what's the word? Because like you see all the I don't know maybe like the way it was put out released like it was just so quietly announced.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird because like this is gonna be the third cut of Super Mario I've seen. Because there was another cut on YouTube going around for a while where it was like more of like an action cut, and so this is like the third version of the movie I've seen. But so far, I like this one the best.
And I want to say there's like a special edition overseas. I could be wrong about that, but and that's one where I would love to like hear behind the scenes of because I know there's a lot of turmoil on that movie, the directors and there was a lot of clashing heads.
Mm-hmm. It's like ICU, you know, like I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that cut to be that good.
I haven't seen the ICU cut, the new one.
Like I watched it on a horrible TV, and I was grounded in my bedroom. My wife grounded me to the bedroom so she could watch her Korean dramas, and, I got in the mail right, and I was like, I gotta fucking watch this right. I got it early actually, and so my old TV, which is one that used to be in here, I don't know if you remember, but it would make that buzzing noise, that noise.
Yeah.
Fuck, I even watched it with that, with a VHS recording. And like, the sound was insane. But like, it was so good, the cut was so good that it didn't even faze me. It didn't even faze me, it was like a VHS cut, or that the sound was like reverberating in my wall. It didn't bother me because it was so well done. Like, it felt like impossible that they could have made that movie better, and they did. You know, it's weird because you watch it, the director's cut feels like what would have came out in the theater, and the version we got way back when the movie came out feels like what the special edition would be.
So I haven't seen the film in a while. Like that's one I would like to go back and rewatch again.
It's a nice little paradox shift because you already know how it plays out, but when you watch it in the original fashion, it adds the murder, like it takes the murder mystery and it punches it full speed. You know, it goes for it.
I'm about to. Yeah, like I said, I need to refresh on ICU, and then I'll check out the cut.
And also, this is a spoiler, but they turned Stallone into the bad guy in this one. So, like when you watch the other one, you feel like, okay, like they kill his girlfriend, the guy kills his girlfriend, so like, you know, that's the big crux. He starts drinking, but there's more to it in this one. There's a lot more to it, and like, Stallone doesn't come out unscathed. He's not like the reluctant hero who goes somewhere. He actually plays into that guy's plan, and that's why he's so fucked up. That's why he's so like alcoholic and everything. Because not only did he fail his girl, but at the same time, he turned into that guy. Yeah, so that guy won. You know, like that was like the bad guy won. In this version of it, you really feel it. You really, really feel it. It's very, very good.
I need a refresh on that one. Is there anything that you've seen lately, movie wise, or
Sweet Tooth a little bit? I thought that was pretty cute. Some alien movies. That one with the girl who goes home for the summer and her mom has a boyfriend and the boyfriend's an alien. Have you seen that one?
No.
That was pretty good. Us, I saw that. I really liked that. I thought that was pretty good. Um, I started watching Invincible, and that just kicked me right in the teeth.
Is that the one with Mark Wahlberg?
No, it's the one with Glenn from Walking Dead, where his dad's a
Okay.
superhero, and his dad realizes that his son has the abilities that he had, so he he starts training the son. But then he finds out that there was like a faux French meaning of the word faux version of like a invasion coming, alien invasion.
Hmm.
Dude, there are scenes in there like I had to stop. I was crying. I was crying. So
I
good.
haven't heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Oh my god. There's a scene where like the dad fucking smacks him and he fucking flies out of the sky. And he goes through a building. And he goes through the building, hits the street, and just keeps rolling. He's like rolling down the highway. Cars are flying, like destroyed. And then he lands, and he looks over, and there's a building. The building he went through starts falling. And then he looks up, and there's a little girl in the window holding on. And he gets up, and he jumps at the building. He's like trying to push the building back up. The building's falling like fucking things are falling out of the apartment on him. He's like holding on. The mother is there too. The mother falls out of the window. He grabs the mother by the arm. He's holding on with one arm to the mom. And he's trying to get the kid with the other hand. And then the fucking building just crumbles. The whole thing falls on him. Boom! And he wakes up. And he shakes his head and he looks around. And he still got the girl by the arm. And he looks over at her like, "You okay?" And it's just her arm. It's just her arm, and the fucking kid's dead, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then his dad hits him, and he falls into the subway. And he's in the subway, and this is the craziest part. The fucking train coming, and he picks the kid up by the scruff of the neck, and he holds him out. And he hits the train full on, and he just shears through the entire train, just killing everybody all the way through the train.
Wow.
Like the dad just grinds his body through like all the people on the train. It's fucking insane.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I haven't. What I've seen lately, just like some movies here and there. I mean, Chud, that was fun. Watched it
Yeah,
the first time.
I gotta watch that again.
And that's one that I mentioned I was going to review. So, and I've written notes down. So,
That's on Tubi, no?
well, I actually got it on DVD too.
I'm gonna watch it on Tubi. I'll like.
But that was fun. I really enjoyed that. So I've written down notes for that, and that's one review. Hearts of Atlantis. I watched that. That was decent. Not like a one that I would rewatch. That's with Anthony Hopkins,
Hmm.
which
I
he's
was
like,
gonna rent his new one, but it was too expensive.
oh, the father.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. There's a lot of good things about that one. Hearts of Atlantis is decent. I mean, it's not like a rewatchable film for me, but it's decently acted and directed. Sleepaway Camp. I watched that for the first time.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've seen a documentary on it, but I haven't watched the movies yet.
I
At
don't know
one point,
why.
I had them. I had all the movies, but I just never watched them.
Yeah, I don't know why it took me this long in life to finally watch it, but really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna give that one a spin. I got that. I think I got that one on Tubi. I'm pretty sure.
Which is funny because Felicia Rose, she was at this recent convention that I've went to, and it's like the second time where I've seen her, and I had not seen Sleepaway Camp. So I'm like, okay, I waited till after this past convention to watch the movie. So next time when she comes around, I'm sure I'll go meet her. But so yeah, I could finally check that
I saw
off.
your convention video. I liked it.
Thank you, man.
I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking sick. Like when you were talking about being outside and nodding and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, man, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Xander from Buffy, he was just kind of standing outside, and he was with the cane, and like something was wrong with his foot, and I'm like, hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
I miss conventions. We're so fucking locked down over here. It's not funny.
And A Quiet Place. Watched that last night. Really good.
Yeah, that's on my list too to watch.
So I'm very curious about the sequel. Maybe I'll go check it out in the theater.
Mhm.
But that's one that I might review because I really enjoyed it, and then go check out the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a third one being already discussed.
The Conjuring's out, right? I might rent that on Oculus. The Conjuring.
I
I like
think
that one.
the first one's really good.
Yeah. The books are amazing. If you get a chance to listen to audiobook for the werewolf one, wow. That's the one they were supposed to make, and then they said, no, we're going to do this one instead. But the werewolf one was pretty good.
I'm about to, like I said, I haven't seen the second one,
Mhm.
so
It's really good. It's about
but
that London house or something that got possessed. I watched again. Because my wife never saw it. I watched the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Rose,
Yeah,
is that
and she
good?
loved it. She loved it. I was like, man, that movie holds up after all this time. Guy, last time I saw that movie was in the theater. I was like, man, that movie really held up.
I was rewatching Outbreak today, and I'm gonna finish watching it here in a little bit, and I'm like, damn, this is good.
Yeah, I gotta watch that again. I haven't seen that since the '90s.
I'm I'm trying to think of like if this film came out today, would like people would try to protest it and petition it for to be canceled, and because it's too familiar and all that what's happening, and
Sweet Tooth is kind of like that. Sweet Tooth is kind of like that now. I don't know. Might be too close to home.
well this is an interesting question, like speaking about Outbreak and other like contagion movies like that, do you think there will ever be another sort of film like that after?
Probably, probably, probably. I hear about it a lot. Like, I'm doing this project with someone, and they brought it up more than one time that a lot of people were talking about that, and there's a lot of films overseas that are starting to deal with that. So,
Well, I mean, like deal with the plot of of Deadly Virus.
if I was gonna make a movie, uh, I would at least include it. Like, I wouldn't try to jip it out. I wouldn't go like alternate universe. If I'm gonna do alternate universe, I'll do that later on. Discover that. But I would keep it how it is now. Like, it just feels normal. Like, it feels right. You know what I mean? Like, if you're doing a period piece, that's different. But if you're doing a movie like today, I think it would make people more comfortable if they did do a movie based in like the current situation.
I have a feeling because I want to say there was something that came out recently, but I haven't seen. It's just I think it's one of those things. Like for me, it has to be entertaining. Like give me engaging characters. Give
Yeah.
me if you're gonna do that again, which I'm down for a movie of that sort. But give me some entertainment value, engaging characters, because now if you have that type of film, it'd just be more, you know, hammered home on the drama. And
Like the domestics. I was watching that the new Superman guy there, and that kind of feels like that. And the
just
other day
very
I watched Body Snatcher remake, and that was like that. And then a lot of movies like Sweet Tooth is like that. That's a DC. That's a DC property also. I'm trying to think. I've seen a lot of them. I know I've seen a lot of them. I guess they're easier to do, right? Because they're contagion, right? Like the thing, right? It's easier.
yeah.
So,
But now it'd just be like it's too drama based.
yeah,
It's got to be too dread. It's got to be too serious. And
they're
I'm
gonna
like,
have that fucking Judge Dredd helmet discussion with everybody. We paid you. We want the fucking helmet off. I'm wearing my mask on set. Fuck you. Pay for me to wear my mask. We're not paying you if you wear the mask.
It seems like, with the movies too. I mean, things are starting to like pick up in regards to production and filming and whatnot.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I feel like we're doing this too fast. I feel like let everybody get vaccinated. Let it seep in. You know what I mean? Like let it. Let's get back to a place where we can do things without having to worry about going through the same thing we just went through. And so far, it just feels like we're going back to what we just went through. Like by next year, by cold and flu season, fuck it, we're back to where I guarantee it. We're back to where we started by cold and flu season. Fuck this. Like they're opening it up too fast. Like I'm all for people going out and having a good time and all that. I love it too, but it just feels too rushed.
Yeah.
You know.
And I know we're getting serious here, but
Yeah. I just don't want to see people get hurt for nothing. Like.
and you live above us. I mean, for people that don't know, you're up in Canada, so it's a whole different animal.
Got a fucking bad thing coming here now. We got language laws we have to deal with right now that are so fucking bad that if your business wasn't fucked from COVID, now your business is with that. But just going back to it, like we're only allowed out now since the beginning. We're only allowed to do it stuff now. So I don't know. And I think we're getting the COVID passport here. Like America said no, the rest of Canada said no, everybody else said no, but Quebec said yes. So that means I guess if they get away with that, that means that like if you're not vaccinated, you can't go to work, you can't take the bus, you can't, you know what I mean? Like that's not gonna work. Fuck.
Is this not some Demolition Man type shit going on?
Oh yeah, it's bad here. Like you're on the street past 7 o'clock, you're getting a $3,000 ticket or whatever it is, $1,000 ticket. Some people got $6,000 tickets.
Wow.
Your neighbor will call on you and say that you have someone over, and the police show up. $6,000.
How you ought to move down here.
Yeah.
Come to my
If it wasn't for
across the border like Cincinnati.
if it wasn't for our Medicare system over here, I would fucking move to the States in a heartbeat. Because I almost moved to Hawaii, so I'd move in a fucking heartbeat if we had better Medicare here. Oh, sorry, in the States, because we have it really good. The downside is you gotta go to the hospital really early in the morning and be prepared to spend the whole day, maybe 2 days there. To get seen for your broken ankle or whatever you got.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, but it's interesting to hear about that. I mean, like I said, you ought to come down here when things starting to get better.
I love it down there. I was down there a couple of years ago. And I had a great time. I really loved it. The nighttime was so scary over there. Like walking around at night out there, holy shit. You guys got some amazing, beautiful landscapes down there.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know what else to mention here because I just wrote down a few things for tonight, and but is there anything you want to add or?
I'm good. I just miss everybody, and I just wanted to say, happy starting to loosen up off the quarantine to everyone. And yeah, I'm glad to hang out because I don't do this a lot anymore. So when I get the chance to do it, it means a lot.
Yeah, and right now with with videos and whatnot, I'm just sort of going with the flow, and like I said, I was just sort of taking it easy there a little bit, but with getting up with Matt tonight, it definitely put me in the right mood, and Not that I was in a bad mood, but just
Yeah,
kind of,
we weren't even going to record today. We were just going to hang out.
yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be like a hangout night.
It's kind of like the shot in the arm that you need to sort of get back in the game a little bit.
Well, I'm here anytime. Anytime you need. Anytime. I go back to work in 2 weeks, so yeah.
But I hope you guys out there enjoyed this listen, and it was fun to talk about some movie news and stuff, and kind of shoot the breeze a little bit. But that's it for now. Thank you, Matt, for joining,
Thank you for having me, and thank you for listening, everybody.
and I hope you enjoyed this. But thank you for listening, and we'll see you later.
It's